on, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to The Drop, which is a weekly series right here on my channel where I pretty much go through the top video game releases of the week and let you guys know what new games are coming out just in case you are interested in picking up something new. And this week is a huge week for PlayStation fans because number one, we have the Binding of Isaac's DLC finally making its way to the PlayStation 4, and on top of that, we have Uncharted 4: A Thief's End landing on PlayStation 4 after 2 delays, which is a pretty major release for PlayStation fans. And in addition to that, we have a couple of other things releasing here and there, on top of Doom, which I personally am really excited for. So taking all of that into account, let's go ahead and jump into it. So kicking things off, we have Uncharted 4: A Thief's End coming to PlayStation 4, which I'm going to argue is one of the biggest PlayStation releases of the entirety of 2016. If you aren't familiar with the Uncharted storyline, pretty much all you need to know is that Nathan Drake was a fortune hunter and he retired, or at least that's how the beginning of Uncharted 4 is set up. And then his long-lost brother comes back into the picture by the name of Sam. And Sam has the opportunity that Nathan absolutely cannot resist, which is pretty much to find a ton of pirate treasure. So this story is going to be taking you from one side of the globe to the other, and you're probably going to end up somewhere south of the equator, and I'm not going to go more in depth into that because that's what the story is for. You guys can play the game for yourselves or watch a playthrough on YouTube, whatever you might want to do. But for me, Uncharted is a franchise that completely changed Naughty Dog for me, and I feel like a lot of people are in the same boat because before I saw them as the guys that made Jak and Daxter. That's pretty much what they were known for. And then after playing Drake's Fortune and playing the other Uncharted games in order, pretty much it transformed Naughty Dog from that Jak and Daxter kind of persona into an actual adventure, multiplayer, story-driven gaming experience, and that's a pretty impressive jump to make. They definitely earned a lot of respect in my book, and I feel like that trend continues with Uncharted 4. Now, I did mention that there was a multiplayer offering, and it's kind of a mix of the traditional Uncharted experience, and they're combining some of the elements that were successful and popular from their multiplayer in The Last of Us. So ultimately, this is a conglomeration of everything that Naughty Dog has done right over pretty much the past decade, or almost decade, since Uncharted has been out. So this is definitely not one to miss if you are a PlayStation 4 owner. So next up, we have The Binding of Isaac Rebirth finally getting some DLC on the PlayStation 4 in the form of Afterbirth. Now, this was released on the PC in 2015, and it got some pretty incredible reviews, but it does add a lot of content to the game, including 100 plus new items, a new game mode, 10 new challenges, a playable character, a new alternate final chapter, new alternate floors, game endings, final bosses, tons of new bosses and enemies. I'm just reading off the notes that they posted on the website. New item pickups, cards, pills, etc. Tons of new achievements and rewards for beating the game on hard, new co-op babies, new transformations, and more. And then there's a face that is kind of disappointing. However, there is a ton to experience within The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, and I feel like it's definitely worth the $10.99, that is if it lines up with the Steam price, that you're going to pay on the PlayStation 4 to get this DLC pack. Now next up, we have Team Meat's Super Meat Boy finally coming to the Wii U. Now this is one of those indie titles that really kind of kicked off the entire indie movement that we've seen over the course of the past, I would say, 5 to 7 years. Now if you aren't familiar with the game, it originated in the Xbox Live Arcade and people took it and it absolutely blew out of proportion. It is an incredibly fun game, and it's been available, like I said, on the 360, it's on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, pretty much everything else except for Nintendo consoles, and that's being remedied this week. I would definitely recommend looking up some gameplay because it is extremely frustrating at times, but the platform-based levels and the quick and rapid gameplay really drew me in, and I love playing it on my PlayStation Vita even today. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely check out Super Meat Boy on the Wii U, which is kind of something that's been in the works for a long while, and it's nice to see it's finally coming out. So last but not least, we have Doom coming to the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, and this is the one that I am most excited to see this week because I have put about 12 hours into 2 different versions of the beta, and I'm going to have to say that it is so much fun to dive into the multiplayer, especially because of the in-depth customization, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about that because that's where the game really blew me away. Pretty much you can add different kinds of patterns, change the color of, you can add some metallic shine and some wear to both your weapons and your armor. You can literally make your soldier look however you want him to look within the multiplayer side of the game, and I feel like that is a pretty awesome thing to put that in-depth customization into a game like Doom, where it's pretty much just about killing demons. Now speaking of killing demons, no one really cares about the story because literally slicing up demons from hell is all you are going to be doing, and that's pretty much all you need with Doom. For those looking for an in-depth story, this is not the one for you. You can curb stomp demons, you can shoot them with shotguns, you can pretty much use any weapon in the game to take out as many enemies as possible, and it's very fast-paced, it's very arcade-like, and it is very, very fun. So if you're looking for a pretty fast-paced arcade experience with a lot of blood, a lot of gore, don't let kids play this one unless you are a parent that is approving of this kind of thing. I suppose you can go ahead and do that, but it's extremely violent, and it's extremely fun, and it is Doom, and it's coming out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC this week. So there you guys have it. Hope you've enjoyed this edition of The Drop. If you did, drop me a like down below and share this video so that more people can find my channel. And if you happen to be new to the channel, I do upload new stuff like 3 or 4 days a week depending on the week. And I also have a vlog channel which I will link down below, and a ton of Twitch stuff which I will also put down in the description box, but you can check all of that out if you do so desire. However, right now, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.